What is up, y'all, Ridgid fans? We got a whole table full of Ridgid tools, and this isn't even all that I own. I have a miter saw, a battery vacuum that it kind of doesn't work, but we'll get to that. These right here, these are all 3 amp hour till right here. 3 amp hour octane batteries. They are way better than this. This is junk, and these are junk. I do have 3 2 amp hour batteries. How'd you get in here? But anyways, I'd like to go over each tool just a little bit. This octane recip saw is amazing. Mine came factory flawed. When you turn it to one side, it actually grinds on something, but it's never failed me, never quit on me or anything like that. So I have to give it a thumbs up, even though it was flawed from the factory. This little air up tool, so just needed in every car, but they do have a newer one that came out that's probably better, so I can't really say, whether or not which one's better. And this dual simultaneous charger is pretty good, but it's not as fast as like the one that came with like my octane tools, which is the old school. It's about yay big, and the battery slides down on it. It's got fins on the side, but it doesn't have any special features other than the fact that it's fast. This right here, as you can see, is a reconditioned, but when I took mine in, the blade was constantly slipping off to one side of the wheel, and there was something internally that was causing it to do that. So I took it in and they just gave me a new one, and yeah, I just re-registered it and it's fine. This is a Gen 5X brushless circular saw, not as powerful as the octane model that came out after that, and I have no idea about the new ones because I'm not going to buy any more tools that I don't need. This actually was replaced a couple years ago because it would not turn on at all, and people are always complaining about the switch. I think this switch is one of the better design switches because you're going at it, you're doing your project, you just slap it, boom, it's off. It's a good switch. So if you complain about it too much, then like get a Milwaukee or a Makita, and like you got the push button, and that's so much more annoying because you got to find the button, then you got to push it to turn it off. And this one, no, you just slap the side of the tool, boom, it's off. This right here is an octane, and that proves it's an octane. It's got the auto screw mode, excuse me, and then it's got a strip screw. Let's see, what is that called? Strip screw. Let me pop a battery in it. Let's see if I'll show you. So when you're in reverse, oh, that might not be the right one. That helps so much on a strip screw, you would not believe it. It is crazy. And this is the only model that has that. The new models don't have none of that. And the octane version of this, which was stuck, and I have a Diablo, I think it's a Diablo wood embedded nail blade on it. This is just the Job Max, and it came with this head. There was other heads, but I don't think they sell them anymore. But the trigger on this thing is amazing. The Switch version, nah, throw it out the window. It's junk. This one's the best one that they make, and it was replaced as well because it was having trigger problems. So we move on to this right here. This is a 1/2 inch, not the 3/8. I probably should have got the 3/8 for smaller fasteners. And also I have an adapter for a 3/8 to a hex Milwaukee adapter, and I can't use it because I don't have a 3/8. But this tool right here is good for smaller things. It will pull lug nuts off, but on aluminum wheels or anything that stretches, like when the studs stretch, this struggles, and I'm sorry to say it's not very powerful. This one right here is the octane version of the 1/2 inch before they changed it. So it's got the 3 lights on the front. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I don't have a battery in there. I can't show you. These actually both have the three LEDs on the front. Good design. A little bit big. It's not too heavy. If it's too heavy for you, I mean, you shouldn't be playing with tools, honestly. And it does better with the octane batteries than it does, like, say, the 4 amp hour. And also this right here, maximum output lithium. Don't believe that. That is absolute junk. I had this one in this recip saw, and I was cutting a tree branch, like a 8 or 9 inch tree. I got through about one cut, maybe 1.5. Maybe I didn't even make it through the whole cut. I can't remember. But that battery died. And this one made like 15 or 20 cuts before it died, you know. So it's the 27, what is it, 27, I don't remember, something cells. These are way better batteries, and you can't buy them anymore, which sucks. Then I have the matching octane drill that came with this kit right here, which these two came with 2 of the 3 amp hour batteries, and also, like I said, that fast charger. This drill is amazing. The way it switches, oh god, I can't even turn it. The way it switches from hammer drill to drill to screw mode. Screw mode is, I don't use it, so, but there's like, what is there, 100 settings? Yeah, there's over 100 settings on the screw mode, which is crazy. And the chuck actually holds very well versus the Gen 5X model, which the chuck would, you know, it would lose it would lose its ability to hold. And also, this has the weirdest thing. The lights are on the chuck, which if you're using like a small bit, that is awesome. I mean, you can see everything. But if you use something big, like for some reason you're using it for I have no idea, like a big hole, like auger, then you can't see the light at all. So that's kind of a thing. And this one also has the tri-lights, which everyone's going to. And Ridgid had those tri-lights before anyone else, and then Ryobi started having them, and then all these different tools started having them. It's just a crazy situation. But out of all these tools, I would say the one that I use the most is going to be between the recip saw and this guy right here. The recip saw I use a lot outside. I'll cut trees, branches, all kinds of stuff with it. And even this one right here, I'll use this one outside, cutting trees, branches, and whatnot, when I don't want to carry around my recip saw. But The router is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best one at all, but you know, it is what it is. It spends like, I don't know. Let's see what it says. 30,000 something a minute, so maybe RPM. But it does the job. It's got a vacuum port on it. It's really cool. Like I said, the 3 amp hour batteries are probably the best. I don't know about the 6 or the 9 or whatever else octane that came out when they were doing that, because I don't think they actually used the same cells. These right here, I can kill these all the way dead on the recip saw and take it off and put it right on the charger, and it's ready to go. It's charged up. It's fine. Any of these new style batteries, nope. They got to cool down for like 30 minutes to an hour before you can even charge them. It's crazy. And these little batteries, yeah, I use them. Like I said, I'll use them in like this tool because it's not a high drain tool. You put this 2 amp hour battery in that light right there, which that light is amazing, by the way, especially since you can do 360 with it, and it'll light up a whole room. And it's got this little adjustment right here where you can turn it down. The newer ones, I have no idea about, because I think, honestly, in my opinion, is that the newer stuff that replaces these is actually more shitty or more junky, except for maybe this tool right here. The one that just came out is probably a whole lot better than this one. And these new ones, they suck. I had one, it was terrible. And like I said, this doesn't hold its own weight, but still I have it. And it actually came with the max output 2.0 and the max 4. But like I said, on certain tools, these max output batteries are just absolutely junk. And yeah, I mean, right now I got a Ridgid blade on here. I usually use Diablo, but for some reason I threw the Ridgid on there because I had a couple of them. And you can see the blades, for some reason, they like to take the, that sticky stuff from the wood and just becomes part of the blade, which is a pain in the butt, because then you gotta scratch it off with a brush or a wire brush or a wire wheel on your drill. But yeah, and then you got these two right here. These are kind of good. That's Milwaukee. I actually have the impact and the drill. The drill, compared to this one, they're about the exact same. I mean, power output, this one's a little bit bigger when it comes to like beefiness, and this is a heavy tool. But I would trust this one over the Milwaukee for, longevity, stuff like that. And also the same goes for this. When I reach for an impact driver, I'm reaching for that one. I'm not reaching for the Milwaukee, because the Milwaukee is actually in 3-speed. It's too powerful, and you strip out screws, even torque screws. You can strip them out like so crazy. This one just puts them in and it's fine. But I like the jigsaw design. It's got a blower motor on it, which there's a switch right there, whether you want to blow or not, so it'll blow your dust right out of the way. And also, for some reason, this with a good blade on it will cut faster than that. Can you believe that? That right there is a recip saw. This right here, it'll cut a 2x10 way faster. And if you don't believe me, I mean, I'll film it. It doesn't matter to me. I'll film it. I'll show you. I just have to find the blades first. But that's just an overall on the tools that I have. And also, like I said, I don't have any of the new generation tools. And if they're anything like these newer batteries, I can almost guarantee you they're junk. And like I said, I had a newer one of these at one point because this one was broken. It was like I sent it off to get it fixed, and so I needed one, so I went and bought one of the newer ones with the switch on it. It was junk, absolute garbage. And so I'm really the most disappointed in this one right here, because it'll barely, like, if I go outside right now and try to pull the lugs off the truck, it will barely pull them off. And there's many torque channel or torque or channels on YouTube that test the torque of these tools, and then they always end up around like 500, 600 pounds. Bullshit. This won't even take 110 foot-pound lug nut barely off of an aluminum wheel on a 96 Ford Ranger. This one right here rips them off like they're not even there. And that's not even that powerful. This one's rated for 600 something in reverse. This one's rated for 250. So it should be able to pull it off so easily. This one tears them off. This one, you gotta sit on it. Like, you gotta sit on it for a long time. It's a pain in the ass. I'm really disappointed. The only reason I keep it around is because it has a lifetime warranty. And for those smaller jobs that I don't want to snap shit off, that'll snap some stuff off. And I did actually buy the newer model of this, which didn't come with the tri-lights. The light was down here. And I snapped a stud clean off with the newer version of this. So I can tell you for a fact the new one of this is actually pretty decent. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. This right here, and I didn't talk about this little USB adapter. Yeah, it's only got one. The Milwaukee's got two, and the Milwaukee's got like three. But the Makita that I own has two USB outs, but they're slow. They're slower on the output. This one is actually the fastest one I have. It'll charge my phone all the way from dead in like 2 hours. The Makita takes about 4 hours. So yeah, and you look at these, I got them all charged. And somewhere, I don't know if the app still exists or not. I don't have it on my phone, but you can actually turn these batteries on and off. So like, say you leave them in your car, you can turn them off. But I don't know if the app actually still exists. So that may be just like a useless feature. But like I said, this one right here, that's my go-to. I use this for everything. Sheetrock, cutting door jams, when you're putting in flooring, cutting door jams. I'll use it to cut small trees, sticks, and stuff like that. Man, that's my go-to. And then, like I said, the recip saw. I hardly ever get a chance to use this one, but I wish I had more chances because it is amazing. It is a good tool. And It has like special features. I forget what the lines, like the lines start, like it starts off slow, and then once you get into the wood, like it just speeds up. But I never use any of that stuff. I'll actually leave it more like on 3 or 4 because I want to get that cut nice and straight. So this one cuts pretty straight as long as you're good with your hands. Because the weight balance of it, it's too balanced. Like it needs a little bit of weight either in the back or in the front, and it will cause you to make crooked cuts. So what I do is I use a square. Anytime I'm cutting like a dimensional lumber, I'll use a square, and I put the square right up against the base, and then that's how I get my straight cuts on that. But if you have any questions on any of these tools, go ahead and let me know, because I know, yeah, they're old. They're older. Some of them, you know, barely used. The router I've only used maybe 3 or 4 times. Actually, this router that they sent me back, I don't think I've used at all. So, and this jigsaw that got reconditioned or sent me a new one, I don't think I've used it yet. Maybe once, I don't know, but I use that one all the time. I don't grab this drill because I just want to keep this one pristine, because it's going to be a collector's item at some point. So I don't use it. I use my Milwaukee, and like I said, they're about the same. So, but I keep this as pristine as possible. As you can see, it's barely dirty, just easily cleanable. And yeah, so that's going to be a collector's item. And then I don't use this very often at all either, even though I bought it and it came with, I think, 2 of these. Yeah, it came with 2 of those, and then 2 of the 2 amp hours. Mostly I bought it for the batteries rather than the charger, because I thought they would be decent batteries for getting work done, but honestly they suck. They're terrible. You put them in your circular saw, nope. This 3 amp hour will smoke it every time. So any questions about this, let me know.